What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of 101 Sports and Cards. I'm Nathan Holloway, with me, Drew Trish.
What's up?
We're going to start in the NFL. Michael Penix Jr. is set to start over Kirk Cousins versus the Giants, so they are officially moving to the rookie over a guy that they paid a ton of money to. Is this the right move?
I mean, you're already out of the playoffs, pretty much. And if you do make it in the playoffs, you're not going to win anything. You might as well give the kid a shot. He can't be no worse than Kirk Cousins right now.
They're not completely out of the playoffs. They can still win the division. I believe they're 2 games back of the Bucks, I think. They may still be, I don't know. They may still be one. I think the Bucks have the tiebreaker. Either way, this is a decision that should have been made multiple weeks ago. Kirk has been terrible. He started off great. He's been terrible over the last 5 weeks. They should not have beat the Raiders, to be honest. And the fact that he could not do anything against the Raiders, just piss poor defense, is embarrassing. Penix, hopefully he can play well. He's played well whenever he's came in for Cousins multiple times this season. But hopefully he can hopefully he uses Kyle Pitts more. That's all I gotta say. If you're still holding Kyle Pitts in fantasy, what are you doing? I finally dropped him 2 weeks ago. It hurt me. Thought he was gonna have a big year, but Kirk Cousins blows. Of all this, who are the big winners of this is the Minnesota Vikings. Because I bet you they're glad they didn't pay. The Browns are set to start Dorian Thompson-Robinson over Jameis this weekend. Jameis had 0 touchdowns and 2 picks before he got benched last week. So they're going to move to DTR, who is not good at all. They should have just stuck with Jameis. Mason Rudolph set to start over Will Levis. Will Levis threw 3 interceptions last week against the Bengals. Yet the Titans still almost won. Rudolph was good earlier this season whenever he replaced Levis, whenever Levis was injured, and now he will start again. I just stick with Will Levis. He's basically, Mason Rudolph ain't your quarterback of the future, so just stick with Will. Who cares if you lose games because of him? You want a higher draft pick, you're out of the playoffs, so who cares? Mahomes got hurt in their game against the Browns. He could miss the game on Saturday versus Texans. He's not going to miss the game. I'm going to tell you that right now. If he does miss the game, Carson Wentz is starting. And Andy Reid said that Carson Wentz should be a starter on another team. That's false. He tried that a few years ago. Didn't work. Week 15 recap, the Rams defeated the 49ers in a absolutely horrific game on Thursday night. 12-6. What a game. Stafford, 160 yards. Kyren Williams, 108 yards. Brock Purdy sucked again. There was not a touchdown in this game. If you watch this game, I feel very bad for you. Fortunately for me, I was too busy writing articles, and when I looked at the score, and it was 3-0 in the third quarter, I was like, there's not even a point of turning this game on. Bucks blew out the Chargers 40-17. Baker, 288 yards, 4 touchdowns and a pick. Mike Evans, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ravens blew out the Giants. This is a recurring theme. There are a lot of blowouts. Ravens blew out the Giants 35-14. Lamar Jackson, 290 yards and 5 touchdowns. Rashad Bateman, 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tim Boyle played for the Giants at quarterback. Tim Boyle still sucks. Jets beat the Jags 32-25. Aaron Rodgers, 289 yards, 3 touchdowns. Devontae had 198 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the rookie Brian Thomas Jr. for the Jags had 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. So led me in fantasy. I had him and Mike Evans. Cowboys dominated the Panthers 30-14. I watched this game. Cooper Rush looked like a completely different player. 214 yards, 3 touchdowns. Rico Dowdle, another 100-yard game. CeeDee Lamb, 116 yards and a touchdown. And Bryce Young looked like the old Bryce Young, where every time he touched the ball, it was a turnover, basically. Commanders held off the Saints 20-19. The Saints came all the way back, tied it, or could have tied it by kicking the extra point with no time on the clock. Instead, they went for 2. They failed, and the Commanders were thankfully able to get this win, because if they would have lost this game, it would have been a really, really bad loss. Jaden Daniels, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns, both of which went to Terry McLaurin. Spencer Rattler got the start for the Saints. He had 135 yards and a touchdown. Bengals beat the Titans 37-27. Joe Burrow, 271 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Chiefs beat the Browns 21-7. Of course, Mahomes got hurt, but before that, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jameis threw 3 picks. Texans defeat the Dolphins 20-12. Stroud 131 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 of 3 interceptions in the game. Broncos blew out the Colts 31-13. This game was close for a little bit, and then the Colts offense decided to just start doing some stupid stuff. And the Denver defense, I believe, scored 2 touchdowns in this game. Bo Nix 130 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Bo Picks showing himself. Anthony Richardson 172 yards and 2 interceptions. If you liked interceptions being thrown, you would have loved this game. Cardinals defeat the Patriots 30-17. Kyler Murray turned 24 yards. James Conner had a monster day, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Drake May 202 yards, touchdown, a pick. Bills outlasted the Vikings 48-42. I know last week Vikings. I said that the Lions. Did I say the Vikings? Yes. Holy crap! Bills outlasted the Lions. I know that last week we both said that the Bills-Rams was a game of the year. This might have been the game of the year. Yeah. Although this was not as close of a game as it should have been.
Dominated.
The Bills did dominate this game. Josh Allen, 362 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, 68 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground.
Give him the MVP.
James Cook, 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jared Goff, 494 yards and 5 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 193 yards and a touchdown. There was absolutely no defense being played in this game. The Eagles dominated the Steelers 27-13. Jalen Hurts, 290 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rush touchdown. A.J. Brown, 110 yards and a touchdown. Packers dominated the Seahawks on Sunday night, 30-13. Jordan Love, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, 94 yards and a touchdown. Romeo Doubs got both touchdown passes from Jordan Love. Geno Smith did get hurt in this game. Sam Howell came in. Sam Howell still blows. Dude is he should not be an NFL quarterback. I regret buying an auto of his badly. He could start this weekend. Geno has a knee injury. People thought it was his ankle. It ended up being a knee injury. So who knows if he's able to play. Hopefully Sam Howell has a good game, so I can offload that. Because dude sucks. The Viking, and that's coming from a guy I was very high on him coming into the league.
A lot of people.
The Vikings blew out the Bears 30-12. Sam Darnold, 231 yards, touchdown, a pick. Justin Jefferson, 73 yards and a touchdown. Caleb Williams, 191 yards and a touchdown. He was also seen on the sideline, not really liking what the Bears were doing. There were quite a few sideline things this week. Joe Burrow was getting into it with his head coach. Caleb Williams just looked like he
hates himself.
Yeah, no, not himself. Hates the organization. Which I would too if I'm getting sacked as many times as he is. They are completely failing him, and it's not Caleb's fault.
He's playing good.
People keep saying that Caleb Williams has not progressed over the season. He's thrown 1 interception since week 4. I'm going to tell you that's progressing. But the Bears have lost 8 straight. They have not won a game since before the Hail Mary that they let up against the Commanders. And they may not win another game this year. Falcons defeat the Raiders 15-9. If you watch this game, why? If you watched any of the Monday Night Football games, why? 2 terrible matchups. Week 16 preview. Thursday, a great matchup in the AFC West against the Browns and the Broncos and the Chargers. Not the Browns, the Broncos. It's a big game in the AFC West and a big game for the AFC playoff picture.
Broncos.
I'm also going with the Broncos.
Going against the Chargers.
I know. There are 2 games on Saturday. The first one is Texans and Chiefs.
I'm going to go with the Texans, no matter what. I'm
going with the Texans if Mahomes does not play. If Mahomes plays, the Chiefs will win because this Texans team is not good. The other game on Saturday is one of the best rivalries, possibly the best rivalry in the NFL, the Steelers and the Ravens. I'm going with the Steelers. If the Ravens lose this game, they're not a Super Bowl contender. I'm going to tell you that right now. On Sunday is the rest of this until, the Monday night game that really nobody cares about besides myself. First game on Sunday, Rams-Jets.
Rams.
Also going with the Rams. Eagles-Commanders is a big game in the NFC East. I'm going with the Commanders at home. A great game. Giants-Falcons.
I'm going to go Falcons. Michael Penix gets his first win.
I'm also going to go with the Falcons. Cardinals-Panthers.
Cardinals.
I'm going with the Panthers. The Cardinals played well last week. They never play well 2 weeks in a row, and I think last week was a fluke for Bryce Young. Browns, Bengals.
Bengals.
I'm also going with the Bengals. I would pick the Browns in this game if Jameis was starting. I don't trust Dorian Thompson-Robinson at all. Titans, Colts.
Titans.
I'm going to go with the Colts. I trust Anthony Richardson more than Mason Rudolph. That just tells you how sad this quarterback matchup is. Because as you guys know, Anthony Richardson sucks. Lions, Bears.
Lions.
I'm also going with the Lions. Vikings, Seahawks.
Vikings.
I'm also going with the Vikings. This game would have been a lot better if Geno plays, and if he was fully healthy. He may not play, and even if he does, he's not going to be fully healthy. Patriots, Bills. Bills by... actually, this is going to be a closer game just because it's a divisional match. Probably the worst game of the week. Jags, Raiders.
Raiders?
I'm also going to go with the Raiders just because Mac Jones ain't good. 49ers, Dolphins. I'm also going with the Dolphins. The Sunday night game is very bad. Bucks and Cowboys.
Bucks.
I'm also going to go with the Bucks. The Monday night game is also very bad. It's Saints-Packers.
I'm going upset. I'm going Saints.
Shut up. Packers. Packers by millions. You dare pick Spencer Rattler over Jordan Love. Spencer Rattler's going to suck.
Is he starting?
Yeah.
I thought somebody else. I thought the other guy was.
No, Jake Haener got hurt.
Oh.
I mean, either way, they both suck equally. They might as well just... Whoever was the wide receiver that threw the touchdown pass to Alvin Kamara, that dude should be the starting quarterback because he's better than Haener and Spencer Rattler combined from just one pass that I saw. Moving on to the association, the Bucks defeated the Thunder to win the NBA Cup 97-81 behind Giannis's 26 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 assists. He was named the NBA Cup MVP. Of course, this game does not count towards the regular season, but it does count towards the players' checkbooks because they each got $500,000, I believe. Something like that.
I thought it was $500,000 combined and you split it between the people. Or was it $500K per person?
Maybe it is combined. I don't know. Frankly, I don't care, and nobody on these teams care besides the guys who don't play.
The rookies. And people like that.
They were able to absolutely shut the Thunder down. Shea struggled mightily against when guarded by Andre Jackson Jr. Andre Jackson Jr. is a player to watch. I've been high on him since he was in college. He's a very good player. It's about time Doc Rivers actually starts him. And guess what? Since he's been starting, the Bucks have been undefeated this month, and they've lost 2 games since he just started over Gary Trent Jr. Stephon Castle is the new Rookie of the Year favorite, as Jerry McCain is out for the season with an Achilles injury.
Something like that.
Yeah. So
that sucks because Jerry McCain was hands down.
No, he wasn't. Stephon Castle's been great.
No.
Jimmy Butler's preferred landing spots, according to Shamstrong, are the Warriors and the Suns. The Mavericks and the Rockets are also in on him. Frankly, who cares where he goes? I'm tired of writing articles about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. He's never going to win anything because Jimmy Butler's not a true winner. Because every team that he goes to, they end up getting rid of him. Now, who do you think that's on? That's not on the teams. It's on Jimmy Butler. I'm going to tell you right now, the Suns are not going to be able to trade for him. Because they would have to trade Bradley Beal, because they're not trading Kevin Durant or Devin Booker. They would have to trade Bradley Beal, and Bradley Beal has a no-trade clause. And the Heat don't want him. So unless they can find a third team that wants to take on an injury-prone guy who's no longer good and is making a ton of money, then maybe it can happen, but I don't see any team besides the Nets doing that, and the Nets are going to require people to give them a ton of picks to do it. So, if the Heat's best interest is to keep him.
Yeah.
Because they are, right now they're 5th in the East, and nobody's talked about that. All you've heard is, where's Jimmy Butler going? Where's he going? Nobody's talking about how the Heat are 5th in the East, and like 2 games out of the 3 seed. The first trade that did happen, the Nets traded Dennis Schroeder to the Warriors for DeAnthony Melton, who's out for the season. and 2 second-round picks. The Warriors also got a pick in this trade, a second-round pick from the Nets in this trade. This is an absolute fleece by the Warriors. Dennis Schroeder is a great player. He's arguably been the Nets' best player this season, which doesn't take a lot, but you wouldn't guess that Dennis Schroeder is the best player on the team.
Yeah. He's also a great six-man, too.
Yes, but he is going to be starting for the Warriors. Him and Curry are going to run the backcourt.
So is Hield out? Or is Hield small forward now?
Buddy Hield's coming off the bench. He has all year.
That's stupid.
Because they're starting Brandon Podziemski, who is really bad. The Warriors are still interested in landing another superstar to pair alongside Curry. You can't even say alongside Draymond Green because Draymond's on the bench now. If they're going to trade for anybody, it's going to be Jimmy Butler. But they do not. They could have got Cameron Johnson in this trade from the Nets, along with Schroeder. But the Nets wanted Jonathan Kuminga. They told him no. If they're not willing to give up Jonathan Kuminga, they're not going to get another star. I'm going to tell you that right now because nobody wants Brandon Podziemski because he's been really bad this year. And other than that, you don't really have a good young player on that team.
Besides,
don't say Trace Jackson.
I mean, he's good.
I thought you were going to say.
Well, he's my boy.
Yeah. You want to know what they need? A center. Because Trace Jackson Davis is not a starting center.
He's a power forward.
He's not a starting anything.
Yeah,
he is not a starting caliber player in the NBA. He is
Kevon
great
Looney
off the bench. Kevon Looney ain't starting.
He did.
And he was great. He was great in his role. Going on to baseball, the Yankees landed Devin Williams from the Brewers for Nestor Cortez and Caleb Durbin. Did you like this move?
Yeah. Nestor sucks anymore. They need a closer, and this is one of the best closers in baseball. And they actually got him for, well, I'd say, pretty good deal because he's come off an injury. So
it doesn't even matter. Devin Williams will get hurt again. The dude's had a back injury the last 3 years.
Must be something wonky.
It's all that beer.
Yeah, that blue belly.
This is a solid move for the Yankees. This was not the best move the Yankees made this week. Cubs acquired Kyle Tucker from the Astros for Isaac Paredes, Hayden Wisniewski, and Cam Smith. The Astros absolutely got fleeced in this deal.
Yeah. There's actually people saying that the Cubs got fleeced. You're an idiot if you think so. Paredes is a DH. Didn't even play. Hayden Wisniewski, he's mid. What his name is. And Cam Smith
is 5'6".
Yeah. And Kyle Tucker is a top 15 player in baseball when he's healthy. And he can do everything.
When he's healthy.
He can do everything. I mean, he's a great fielder. He's a great hitter for both power and contact. And he's a good leader. He knows what it's like to be in the playoffs, too, because, he's been on the Astros.
The Orioles signed Tomoyuki Sagano to a 1-year deal. He was a 3-time MVP in Spain.
Spain?
In Japan. Oh, my God. This is how my days go. I looked at too many words today. In Japan, not Spain.
That's soccer in Spain.
In Japan. So,
is he a pitcher or like?
He's a pitcher. He's their new ace.
Since
Corbin Burns ain't coming back. I didn't either. I had to look up who it was, and then I saw on ESPN's thing, and he was like a 3-time MVP. It's like, damn.
Older then?
Yeah. Yeah. They only gave him a 1-year deal. Yeah. They're only paying him like $4 or $5 million.
It's not bad. It's probably more than what he gets in Japan.
The Yankees land Cody Bellinger from the Cubs for Cody Petit and cash.
Fleece job by the Yankees. This was just a cash drop for the Cubs to basically. They're probably gonna lock in Kyle Tucker after this year because they're literally swapping positions. They both play the same position, so
Cody could have played first.
Yeah, but they don't want to pay him because he actually had a couple good years with them. So Yankees get a great fielder, great player. He's gonna absolutely rake at Yankee Stadium because he is a pull hitter. And what's the shortest part of the field in all of stadiums? Right field at Yankee Stadium.
I hate this move for the Cubs.
Yeah, it's a dumb move. Cubs.
I don't really know what they're doing. Why you would trade away arguably your best player after getting Kyle Tucker. It's clear the Cubs don't care. I mean, they shouldn't, though, because their crappy roster could still win the NL Central without Baptist.
Yeah.
Talking about the NL Central, Nolan Arenado used his no-trade clause to turn down a trade to the Astros. This trade was apparently finalized, and he said no. Why you wouldn't want to go to the Astros? You'd start. Bregman ain't coming back. Can't tell me you'd rather be a Cardinal than an Astro.
You know what it is? You don't want to be the only guy because of how much pressure is going to be.
Out to Jordan.
Maybe just
A ton of their pitching.
that's what I feel like. He just doesn't want to be. He's going to be known as the guy there.
I just want to know what the Astros were going to give up. That's what
They don't have many prospects.
It's not like Arenado's worth anything. Yeah. If Cody Bellinger's worth Cody Petit, who sucks, and cash, Arenado is worth a freaking plastic spoon.
Yeah.
Because dude's ass. Straight ass. Moving on to college football. You already know our college football playoff prediction. We're not going to do them. We both have Oregon winning. Woo, I have them beating Georgia. I think you have them beating Georgia as well. Our brackets were nearly identical besides like 2 matchups. So, the first round of the college football playoffs begins on Friday. Number 10 Indiana versus number 7 Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
You don't remember who you had winning, do you?
No, I had Notre Dame.
I also have Notre Dame. Indiana's going to get absolutely murdered in this game. So they didn't deserve to be in. But one loss they had. Number 11 SMU versus number 6 Penn State.
I had Penn.
I had SMU. I think SMU is a better team than State. These games will be on at the exact same time, which is disappointing. Number 12 Clemson, number 5 Texas.
I was thinking Clemson, but I went with Texas.
I'm going with Texas. Texas is a better team. Clemson didn't deserve to be in anyway. They only got in because SMU decided that they didn't want to show up for the ACC championship game. Clemson's not good. Texas is better, but Texas still isn't good. They would be much better if they started Arch Manning. Quinn Ewers is not good. Number 9 Tennessee, number 8 Ohio State.
I had Tennessee.
I also have Tennessee. The biggest fault that I have with this system is that the 1 seed, Ohio State, Oregon, not Ohio State. There's no way Ohio State could be the 1 seed. They suck. Oregon got absolutely they got screwed.
They have the toughest side.
They do. Georgia has the easiest side. They have no competition besides Notre Dame, which is good for them since Carson Beck's out. But Oregon, you have to go through either Tennessee or Ohio State, 2 teams that were in the top 5 at one point this season, and then either Texas, who was 2nd in the nation for a long time, or Clemson. Don't sleep on Clemson, and don't sleep on Arizona State. I've been saying that all year. Oregon got absolutely screwed, and if they can make it to the college football championship, it would be a miracle.
Yeah.
But they were the best team in college football. So round 1 is this weekend. The quarterfinals begin New Year's Eve and goes on to New Year's Day. Yeah, so they get a whole week. Now on to college basketball, the new rankings. Like I said, I'm no longer going through all the games because there's too many. Number 1, Tennessee. Number 2, Auburn. Number 3, Iowa State. Number 4, Kentucky. 5, Duke. 6, Alabama. 7, Florida. 8, Kansas. 9, Marquette. Moved down 3 spots. 10, Oregon. Number 11 is UConn. They moved up 7 spots after beating Gonzaga. Number 12 is Texas A&M. They moved up 5 spots. Gonzaga dropped 5 spots to 13. And Michigan dropped 10 spots to 24. Clemson also dropped 9 spots to 25. Didn't see that because it was on a new page. Best games this week. There's not many. There is not many. There's also not going to be many next week because college basketball does not play on Christmas Eve. They do play on Christmas Day with some tournaments, but not a lot of good matchups. So for this week, tonight, so you already know who wins this by the time you listen to this, number 14 Oklahoma and number 24 Michigan. Then on Friday is number 19 Cincinnati and number 22 Dayton. Then on Saturday, number 16 Purdue versus number 2 Auburn. Other sports, not much. Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy won the match. Tiger's doing his whatever the hell TPG or whatever the hell it's called, the indoor golf simulator thing. Their little championship thing that they're doing. And Red Bull got rid of Sergio Perez, and they hired somebody.
Yuki Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Carlos Sainz, Liam Lawson.
Yeah.
There's Liam.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a great ride.
This was a mutual agreement to part ways, which is embarrassing. If I was Red Bull, I would have fired his ass after like the second race. Dude sucks, and he always has an excuse. It's never his fault. It's never his fault that he just sucks. Never his fault that, first time he's out in practice, he wrecks. Dude sucks. Anybody could drive a car better. Anybody. So Sergio Perez's F1 career, hopefully.
Nah, he'll go to like some crappy team.
Yeah, there's no rides available. So that's all I have. You have anything else? Enjoy football, college football, especially enjoy college football. I'll be enjoying that on Saturday. Well, I won't be able to watch it.
We can.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to let you guys know, next week, we will not be doing an episode on Wednesday since it is Christmas, and no offense to you guys, we prefer being with our family more than talking about sports with you for like the 5 listeners we have. So we will be doing it on next Monday. If that's still good with you.
Most likely.
Okay. We will be doing it next Monday. So yes, we will still be having an episode. Don't worry. We'll still be here. You can still listen to our great voices next week, tell you about sports, and rant. And probably get into a fight in the next episode that we have. So thank you guys for listening. Come back here next week. Peace.